in this video, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be giving you guys my useless nerd opinion of what I think the last episode of Boba Fett is going to be. And of course, I'm going to be talking about spoilers and things that may potentially happen. I have no clue. I've been wrong so many times in the past, so just take it with a grain of salt. However, make sure you've at least seen episodes 1 to 6. I will be talking about huge things. That is your spoiler warning. And now let's start this potential prediction or theory, whatever you want to call it. Now, I think the entire episode will probably be all on Tatooine. We're going to see like Boba, Mando, Fennec all teaming up, planning this war. And the reason I say it like that is because it's going to be an arse whooping, yo. Hear me out. The Pikes have Cad Bane. He's a beast. He's not to be played games with. But think logically, what have we seen the Pikes do? They blew a cantina up. Alright, cool. Pick up yourself. They done a lot of train stuff. They killed the Tusken Raiders. Okay, fine. But I'm not being funny. Boba Fett, Slave One, Fennec, Mando, Jacked Chewie, the Cyberpunk Biker Boys, and the Marshal, who's definitely probably not dead, and not to mention a big-ass Rancor. Probably someone I forgot, but look at them. They're all like A-tier killers and murderers, and okay, they're going against the Pikes. If I'm being honest, I said this on the live stream with the other content creators, I think they're going to wipe the Pikes out in like 10, maybe 15, 20, an absolute limit. They're going to murk them off pretty quick. All I can see in my mind is like an army of Pikes marching to Jabba's palace and then like Slave One coming down and nuking everyone. Obviously, it's not going to be like that. It's going to be properly sick. But I do think the Pikes are going to get an arse whooping, and it will end on this like high note for Boba Fett, like he's untouchable, and there will be something naughty that comes after that. We'll talk about that at the end. But I do think the war, it'll be over pretty quick. Now, I would love to see Boba Fett versus Cad Bane, like a one-on-one shootout. Maybe give us like the thing of the reason he's got the dent on his head is because Cad Bane blasted him, mate. Headshot, and luckily the Mando gear saved his life. Don't know if we're going to get that, or to be honest, even if they mention it, that'll be an absolute win. But I don't see how Cad Bane is going to get close enough to Boba with all these high-quality heroes around him and that big-ass Rancor. I cannot see it, but I'm just saying, I think, for me, the Marshal will return, but he properly will die in episode 7. A lot of people are saying Fennec's going to die. I don't know, she's such a really sick character. I can't see it. It's a big risk if they kill her off, but I do think there will be one big casualty. If I had to choose, I mean, Jacked Chewie, they'd probably save him for something else. I reckon a couple of like the Cyberpunk people will kick the bucket, and I think it's the Marshal, man. I think he's going to come back with like those people who didn't want to help, and then obviously Cad Bane says just step out of it, but I reckon he didn't finish him off, but he might help Boba with his crew and the members of the town, and then he will properly get the chop. And now let's talk about obviously Luke and Grogu. A lot of people think Grogu will take the saber. For me, I'm like 85% sure he's going with the chainmail, man. You know, they've been hinting at it multiple times in episode 5 and of course last week's episode 6. Mando and Grogu have a genuine connection, father and son kind of thing, and you know, they need to be together. I mean, even their ship has that little section that they gutted, so, man, you know, Grogu's got up there. However, I hear ya. A lot of people are genuinely thinking he's going to take the lightsaber. Some people think he's going to take 2. I do not think that's happening. Not only that, remember, in like 25 years' time, Kylo Ren is killing everyone. And they need their money. They need Grogu alive. For me, I reckon that when the war is completely done, people are starting to like leave and stuff like that, I think then Luke will arrive on Tatooine. I do not think he will help in this war thing. I think he will be the last scene. He's not going to be the after credit scene. That I hope is huge. But the last scene, I personally think Luke will come down with Grogu, give him over to the Mandalorian, say like, you know, look after him, blah, blah, blah. Mando's going to say like, I swear down, bruv, I will look after him with my life. And I think that'll play into season 3. They will kidnap Grogu properly, take a bunch of his blood, maybe explain the whole Snoke thing, go really hardcore in that. And then obviously Mando has really bad regrets. He's taken him from Luke, trained to be a Jedi, and then he just flopped. I think that's season 3. I can see it happening. I also don't know if Boba's going to see Luke. It'd be kind of awkward because we know like their little thing that happened. That's why I think the war will be completely ended. Everything will be finalised. Mando maybe even might leave somewhere else and they might meet him. But overall, I think Luke will land with Grogu, hand him over, and then we're going to get our credit scene. Now, for me, the Pikes just are not doing it. they're just not doing it. They don't feel like scary and real and threatening. Okay, they blew up the cantina. That's pretty crazy. But in the grand scheme of things that we've seen in Star Wars, I mean, an episode before, we got the Empire destroying Mandalore with like 1,000 like TIE bombers. So in the grand scheme of things, they're not very threatening. I think, right, some of the Pikes, they're going to go to who is like the semi-leader. And I think that's not Cad Bane. I think Cad Bane's just been hired to help them. I think he will escape. He'll probably show up again, maybe in Ahsoka, most definitely Mando Season 3. I think like 1 or 2 Pikes are going to go to the leader. Now, I don't really like Kira, if I'm being honest. I think she's a little bit dry, a little bit underwhelming. They'll probably report to her, give her the bad news, maybe she'll nuke both of them, and then I hope, and I really can see this happening, you think like Kira's the big baddie now, and she might turn around, put a hologram on, and then you will see Thrawn. I think like big baddie, overshadowing like Moff Gideon, all that stuff. And obviously we know the Emperor's the big one, but the semi-big one, I think it's going to be Thrawn. You know, Ahsoka's going to have him as like the main antagonist. Mando Season 3 will definitely start like putting some story threads into Thrawn, and that'd be great, man. Just Kira explain to Thrawn on hologram like Tatooine is lost, just like totally give up, man. That would be an awesome end credit scene. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is pretty much what I think is going to happen in the episode. Again, I reckon this war thing is going to be done hella quick. I know a lot of people is thinking like, it's a war. They keep mentioning war. It's not going to end with Season 1. A few people think like, they're going to basically say, battle time! And just before they start fighting, the credits going to go. I think that is an absolute waste of a show. They're definitely not going to do that. I think the war will be over very, very quick. The Pikes have underestimated Boba. He's got so many sick people around him. I think Cad Bane will do some real damage and just make him threatening for when we see him again in Mando Season 3. Grogu will return to the Mando with the chainmail, and then we might get a sick-ass after credit scene. Ladies and gentlemen, do you agree? Do you think I'm talking BS, mate? Or if you want to be a true awesome person, man, let me know your theory down below. Thank you so much for watching. Next Wednesday, man, please be good. And I also reckon that after this episode's done, I think in 2, maybe 3 weeks' time, we will get a trailer for Kenobi, and then probably on May 4th, the first episode will drop. That'll be sick. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys. See you in a bit.